Hello and good morning. Today we're going to talk about haters. Haters gonna hate. It's a phrase we throw around and we make fun and we just like pass it off, but it doesn't feel so great, does it? That's what we're going to talk about today. What can we do about that? How can we handle that? And my dog's going to help out a little bit. This is Tammy, and on this channel we talk about loving yourself, loving others, and being the best you're here to be. If that sounds like something you're interested in, come on in, let's chat. So, haters gonna hate. The mean girls, the drama coming at you, the stuff that doesn't feel so good. We want typically people to like us. We want to feel like we're appreciated. We want to feel like we're loved. We want to feel like we are generally a likable person. But the thing to know is it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what you believe. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter where you live. You will have haters. Plan on it. If you don't have haters, you're probably not living authentically you. You're trying too hard to be liked. And there are some great books out there on people pleasing, and maybe that's something you need to talk to your therapist about. Maybe that's something you need to look into. A lot of us, especially women, are people pleasers, and we work hard in our lives to overcome that. We go out of our ways to make people like us. We go out of our way to do things for others, to take care of others, to nurture others, to please others. But the truth is, if you're living authentically you, you will have haters. If you are running a company authentically in your style, you will have haters. No matter how great your mission is, no matter how humanitarian your mission is, no matter how beautiful you think you look physically, you will have haters. So what do we do about this, and how do we handle it so it doesn't come into our energy, so it doesn't affect how we act and believe and behave, so that we can get through the day without feeling like literally piece of crap? The first thing to realize is, number one, haters exist no matter what. Okay, so we've taken care of that. Number two, it doesn't have anything to do with you. It has to do with their personal experience of life. It has to do with their background. It has to do with their personal history. It has to do with the family they were raised in. It has to do with the area of the country they grew up in. It has to do with every single life experience. That's my phone. It has to do with every single life experience that they have had to that point. So if it doesn't have to do with you, then I'm so sorry. If it doesn't have to do with you, then how do you handle that? How do you move on from that? Okay, number one, haters exist. Number two, it doesn't have anything to do with you. Their beliefs have to do with their own personal experience with who they are, where they live, where they grew up, who their parents were, how their parents raised them, all of that. Number three, okay, they exist and it has to do with them, but they're in my face and they're hating on me, and that feels scratchy. It doesn't feel great. Okay, so what do I do now? Number three, distance yourself. Distance yourself. This is easier if haters are friends, acquaintances, distant friends, acquaintances, neighbors. Easier. Not so easy if they're family. Okay, so distance yourself however you can. Are you on social media? Do you need to delete a friend? Unfriend a friend? Unfollow a friend? Are they neighbors? Do you just need to or acquaintances? Do you just need to say no thank you to invitations? Do you need to say no thank you to, do you need to change up your schedule a little to go out of your way to not run into them? Do you need to, what if they're family? You don't have to accept every text or every call. You don't have to engage. If somebody comes at you with a conversation, you can simply say, I am not entertaining that discussion right now. You can say, I have something to do, I need to let you go. You can say, that's not something I want to discuss. You don't have to give a reason. You don't have to give an explanation. You don't have to give anything. You just say, I'm not available for that conversation. Okay? So they exist. It has nothing to do with you. And you need to distance yourself from them. Even if it's just mentally, they can get in your head and they can take up a lot of space up here. You need to distance yourself from them. Okay? Don't give them space. Don't give them real estate in your head. I heard that once. Don't give them that real estate. That's prime property up there. Don't give them that. And finally, they exist. It has nothing to do with you. Distance yourself. And the last step, you need to become more comfortable in who you are. You need to practice self-love. Read everything you can about building self-confidence, self-esteem. Once you become more comfortable in who you are, you believe in yourself more, you understand that this is who you are, authentically you. And you need to fall in love with that. You need to fall in love with that. And once you fall in love with who you authentically are, and you understand that that is a beautiful gift. We each came here as unique human beings, and that's a beautiful gift who you are. And once you realize that you have something unique to offer, and that that is not, think about when you go shopping. You don't want every single pair of pants on the rack. You don't want every single one. They're not for you. It's the same with people. You are not going to be for everybody. And that's okay. You don't work for them. You work for that person who needs what you have to offer. That's who you're here for. You work for that person that you lift just by being authentically you. That's who you're here for. So once you build that self-confidence, self-esteem, and realize that you have a unique gift in being authentically you, you have exactly what somebody needs, what somebody's looking for, exactly what will help another person move forward. And that's not going to be for everybody, and that's okay. And some people are going to be neutral about who you are. And some people are going to hate on it. It has nothing to do with you. Distance yourself and let your personal light shine through so that the people who need you can have what you have to offer. All right, I love you. I miss you guys. Have a beautiful rest of your day and get out there and shine that gorgeous light of yours.